Ryan here from Cardboard Gaming. I am here to show you exactly what you need to start collecting TCG or sports cards or whatever. So let's get into it. Before you start collecting, keep in mind is why you should be sleeving your cards this way or why you should be taking better protection of them. Cards have value. Not all of them, but if you get like a nice rare card or a enchanted card from Lorcana, or you have like a nice alt art card from either Pokemon or One Piece, pretty good reason why you want to follow these tips, because that way you'll be able to actually keep the value of the cards without having to worry about them getting frayed, damaged, anything of that sort. If you're trying to sell your cards, that's a good reason to protect your cards before they go out. And of course, if you're going to sell them, they're going to expect them to be sleeved when they receive it anyways, so it's good to have. One of the first things that you want to have is make sure you have a binder, obviously. That's probably one of the first things you want to maybe include in your collection. So one example of not what to do is get one of these types of binders. Now this is a binder I've had since I was a kid. Many reasons why you shouldn't get a binder like this. You can see it's a little beat up, so don't worry about that part. But if you open this up, you can see that they are plastic sheets, the ones that you can take up from the top. Couple problems here. So the cards might fray on the top if you don't sleeve them properly as well. That's a big problem, which I did not do when I was a kid. One thing to note is that these cards can actually come out of the top. There's no zipper here that you can actually protect the cards from coming out. And as you can see, the more pages you put in these types of binders, you might get an issue with the cards getting these ring marks here. Just something to watch out for. And that's really all you need to know about this type of binder, but I'm going to show you the right binder to have so you can collect your cards appropriately. Alright, so here is the type of binder that you should get. You can see that it has the zipper protecting your cards. You also have, let's open that up here. You'll notice that you can actually take the cards from the side here and pull them out this way. Good thing about these binders are that you don't have to worry about the rings, like the ring marks or anything, and you don't have to worry about the cards coming out at the top, so no cards are going to fall out. You have a zipper to protect everything. It's really just good to have, especially when you have multiple cards and you want to keep them nice and clean looking. That is for the binder. This brand, I don't know if I told you, but it's Ultra Pro. I'll put a link somewhere on the screen here so you can kind of take a look at what exactly you need to buy. It'll be like an Amazon link, so go ahead and check that out. The next thing you want to make sure you have are some sleeves. Now, there's multiple types of sleeves you can get. There's a wide sleeve. There's a perfect size type sleeve. These are called the top load perfect size. Now, the reason why I have these is because they just fit to your card a little bit better. And I can kind of show you an example here. So I just took a random card here to kind of show you exactly.
Random?
Yeah, it's random. It's okay.
That's Ariel.
Kimberly likes Lorcana, and this is one of her favorite characters, I'm assuming. This is the perfect size sleeve, and here's the card. All you want to do is slide that in, like so. And that's if you're doing a single sleeve. Nice and easy, goes in nice and tight. But if you want a double sleeve, which I do highly recommend, is that you take your card, you have your slim fit sleeve, perfect fit sleeve, you put it right over the card, just put it above, don't be putting it from the below because we're going to show you that step later. Alright, good to go. After you put your card in the first sleeve, grab your next sleeve that's a little bit wider and then just drop it right in. It'll slide in perfectly. There you go. It's a double sleeved card. Like I said, the reason for this is so you protect your cards a little bit better. No dust or anything is going to get into the top of the card, and plus you have the protection on the bottom. If you have a really expensive card, I highly recommend making sure that you get some of these sleeves here, the hard sleeves. You see these on like more of the expensive cards you want to store, and you don't want anything bad happening to them. Here's your double sleeved card. You have your hard plastic sleeve, this, then you just place your card in there like so, let it go all the way down, and just kind of give it a tap, and there you go. Your card's in there, too easy. The next thing that you might want to have if you're starting to collect, especially if you're getting more like expensive cards like this, well, not like this one, but you know, if you have expensive cards that you're putting in these sleeves, what you want to do is try to get some type of storage. Now this is very, very simple, very basic. You can see that some of my cards here are just kind of lined up. I actually emptied this out recently, but your hard sleeved ones will be able to stick up if you have a bunch of them. You'll just be able to place them in here. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Another thing that you can use is if you get some of these like Pokemon trainer packs, you'll notice that it comes with this nicely, you know, it has a lid, has a box. You can actually put your cards in like so. Your cards fit in there just fine, sleeved or not. But if you do have a sleeve like the plastic one I just showed you, then they'll still also fit in here. So you can fit quite a few in there as well. So good thing to keep in mind. Use what you have. Now if you're trying to play the game, a couple recommendations for sleeves and all that. We actually use some matte sleeves like I have here. I mean, you might be familiar with the dragon sleeves, but this one is a little bit more cheaper. They're called the Gamegenic sleeves. These are also matte. So those will actually give you less glare on your cards. If you want to double sleeve your cards in these, you can, just like I showed you earlier. Pretty useful when you don't want to ruin your cards that are in your deck. I mean, you're going to be shuffling them, but this gives it a little bit more protection. Also, if you want some more storage for your decks, let's say you have like multiple card decks that you just don't know what to do with, you don't know where to put them, we actually found a pretty nice solution. Those dragon sleeves, they do sometimes come with a deck box, but what we do is we actually have something called the Ultimate Guard box. Now these can fit up to, I believe you're playing One Piece, I'm sure Pokemon too. If you place your cards in here, you can actually fit 2 decks. Now this is 50 cards per deck. You got 2 leader cards, no down cards though, if you're playing One Piece. And yeah, so 2 decks in here, a total of I think 102 are in here, but you can actually put up to 120 cards in here, and you just put that right over.
I think that's unsleeved though. The sleeve adds the extra.
Yeah, the unsleeved, yeah, so it might just be 100 cards, or 120 unsleeved cards that will fit in here. But either way, these are really good to have if you want to bring your deck to a tournament or just have it at home.
They're hard. Yeah,
very hard, very compact. They don't open up unless you really, you know, open them up that way. You could always put like a piece of rubber band or something like that to put over it if you want. If you're really worried about it and you have it in a bag or something. Really nice to have. Alright guys, I want to make sure that you don't sleeve your cards the way I did in the past, and hopefully this information is useful for you today. If you need any of the products that I've showed you today, not affiliated, but if you need it, I have links down below that'll show you everything that you will need. See you in the next video.